This one fascinates me because this might, for all the blathering bullshit we've just been listening to, perhaps, just perhaps, there is a reason to worry. Perhaps there is something that's hidden underneath the details of the parts of the incorporated into the metallurgical properties of the scientific. Just shut the fuck up. Perhaps GOP lawmaker unveils most damning piece of evidence against Biden in Biz Probe. Rep. Jason Smith from Missouri, discusses Hunter Biden and the ongoing probe in the Biden family business dealings. And this is the most damning piece of evidence. So, okay, first of all, I haven't seen any damning evidence at all. I've seen a lot of information and then conjecture attempting to make it into evidence when it is not. I've seen a lot of turd polishing, and this seems like this guy is arguing that this is the shiniest turd of all. Man, I wish I had a little ding noise that I could put. I'll put that in later. The shiniest turd of all. Ding. All right. Here it is. This is it. I settle in. This may settle the whole thing.
Hunter Biden.
3 minutes and 46. Oh, it's Maria too. Shit. And I thought it was going to be someone smart.
Biden is now offering to testify publicly before the House Oversight Committee on December 13th.
It is very hard to say publicly with that much gelatin injected into your face.
Here's what Oversight Committee Chairman Jay.
By the way, they love this, like the hunting jacket, the hunter hunting jacket thing that he's wearing in this particular instance. I don't know why this is the one making the rounds. It does look a bit like the police coat that Dobbs is wearing in the Dead Zone, but you know when he does himself in the serial killer, maybe that's why they like.
Comer had to say about that yesterday. Watch.
Oh, it's Comer. That's right. They suckered me in. God damn it, GOP lawmaker. Just say Comer so I can know not to watch.
Everyone has the right to plead the fifth, but, you know, according to Hunter Biden's attorney today, he wants to come forward, and I think that's great. Give him an opportunity. He's going to have due process. He's going to be able to answer some questions. But this isn't about Hunter Biden. This is an investigation by Congress of Joe Biden.
Right, but you've said he's the bag man. Isn't he the guy isn't he the one peddling all of the, all right.
For potential corruption.
Potential corruption. He's not. Don't. Did he just say this? Did this motherfucker say potential? Potential. 3 fucking years of this bullshit. You have the fucking nerve to come on this show and say potential? You can't even whip out an alleged, you dumb motherfucker. Potential. Say potential again, you dumb motherfucker.
Joining me right now is Missouri Congressman and House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason.
And youth pastor who managed to dodge the police on his one-time parking in front of the Catch a Predator house.
Smith. Mr. Chairman, thanks very much for being here this morning.
And by the way, you have something, I don't know if it's runny or shiny, or it's powdery, or it's just the light that's coming down. I don't know, maybe Kash Patel can reach over and go.
Great to be with you, Maria.
You put out a statement.
It is great to be here. Hello, Maria. Maria. Really, is that true, Hal? Which part? I've said so many true things, but yes.
Statement yesterday saying the congressional subpoena Hunter Biden received was not a suggestion. He is required to sit for a deposition on December 13th. Do you care if it's public or behind closed doors?
You know, that's exactly right.
It was a question.
The congressional subpoena to Hunter Biden was not a suggestion.
It is not. It is not at all. And if he's not enough of an alpha male like myself, you know, buff, strong, deep-voiced, and powerful to come and sit down in front of us, then quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of his ass face.
It's a requirement. He needs to set for those depositions.
So set for it?
Just like
Jim Jordan
Jr. did multiple times before Congress, just like the two IRS whistleblowers. They set for 15 hours of deposition.
Yeah, but they were whistleblowers. It was their choice to come forward. And you know what it resulted in? Do you know what those 15 hours resulted in? Fucking nothing. They sat, seriously, I'm shocked at that number. They sat for, it can't be collectively. It was like 3 of them, so 5 hours apiece. Is that the idea? 15 fucking hours? And you motherfuckers couldn't get anything out of that shit? 15 fucking hours. With the IRS whistleblowers. And you don't have chargeable anything out of that shit. Those motherfuckers couldn't, in 15 hours, they couldn't point you to a document, a bank record, anything that actually has a fucking crime in it anywhere.
Positions before they ever came to a public testimony. I want Hunter to have a public testimony, but I also believe it's extremely important that we get answers to numerous questions.
Yeah, like, where's the evidence, please? We've been looking everywhere. I can't find it. I've been looking all over. I don't know where it went. It's gone. It was here a second ago, and somebody ran. I don't know what it's a mess. I'm just saying. This is not, it's a mess. Aggravated. I'm sorry, but I am. Where is it? Please tell us. Please. Just, you don't have to, you know what? I'm going to go through your entire banking history, which I've downloaded, and because big government is a problem. And I'm going to just read things, and you tell me if I'm getting warmer or colder towards the crimey. How about that? Can we work that out? Jesus Christ.
That lead to Joe Biden and Hunter Biden can answer those.
So you think you'll be able to...
Listen to that again. God damn. That lead where? The fucking nerve of these assholes.
I also believe it's extremely important that we get answers to numerous questions that lead to Joe Biden and Hunter Biden can answer those.
So you think...
Why don't you already? You should be confirming if... That's why it's not evidence, you dumb shit. Oh my God. This gets lamer. I'm kind of impressed that this shit can get lamer by the day.
You'll be able to get more information in a closed-door hearing rather than a public hearing, right? Nancy Mace was telling us earlier, one of the issues is that in a public hearing, every lawmaker gets 5 minutes, and then you're
oh my God,
on to the next thing.
Yeah, unless you can get your people in order and take all the grandstanders out and have everybody agree to punt 4.5 minutes or so to the attorney for the majority, who will ask questions as an attorney like you would in the deposition, which you can totally fucking do. But the problem is they can't stop all the Republicans who want to grandstand and just shit all over Hunter Biden and his dad to his fucking face and get a pwn the liberal or pwn the Bidens tweet out of it.
Can't really do follow-ups.
That's a big concern, is that you have 5 minutes to the Republican.
Why can't you do follow-ups? Can't somebody, the chairman can give himself time anytime he wants. He can do follow-ups. He can flesh some of that stuff out. And like I said, hire a fucking attorney.
5 minutes to the Democrat back and forth, and you can't do follow-ups. You run out of time, and you...
Well, you can work with people like groups of 3. Have you ever seen how Raskin and Goldman and some of the others on the Democratic side do it? They set each other up like a fucking volleyball team, and the follow-ups come from people who are later in the questioning.
Can't.
Or they talk to their fellow Democrats and they go, hey man, can you punt 30 seconds back my way? I have another question for him to follow up on the thing because he dodged it. Or you can do it. I don't care. It's just good that we get the information.
And get to the basis of the questions. Let's do the depositions. Let's release the depositions for the American public and can see every question that was asked, what was presented, and then have him come before public testimony. But we need hours of public depositions in order
Say that again, shithead. You need what?
We need hours of public depositions in
You mean private depositions?
order to move forward.
Hours of private deposition in order to move forward. Okay, so if you're up to your fucking eyeballs in evidence, and it's evidence as far as the eye can see, and it's plain as day, and I don't understand why anybody else can't fucking see it, then why the ever-loving shit do you need depositions from anybody to answer these questions?
Well, what have you learned so far that you
I've learned that I shouldn't be on camera this early in the morning because honestly, I can't. I just can't. I can't. I thought I could. I can't.
believe is the most damning piece of evidence which suggests potential bribery on the part
what's the big one? Come on.
of Joe Biden?
The most damning.
I think there's numerous things that we're looking at.
We're not asking about numerous things that you're looking at, motherfucker. Say looking at again. Say it. Say looking at, motherfucker. Looking at. You're looking at. Are you looking at it? There's several things you're looking at. Is that what you're doing? You're looking at shit? She asked you what the biggest piece of evidence is. You're going to tell me what you're fucking looking at? What are you looking at? Say looking at again, motherfucker. Say looking at again.
First and foremost.
All right, I'm fine. I'm all right.
When President Biden was a vice president, his son, Hunter Biden, got a lucrative contract to work at a Ukraine company called Burisma.
What? When did that happen? You're telling when? Hold on. Does anybody know anything about this? This
the Burmese
seems like something.
So this Burmese, they say, pronounce it Burmese.
Now, where was this place? It was in Ukraine? I'm not even familiar.
Just for access to his father.
No, not at all.
Then we also know that
no, you don't. Not evidence. Again, conjecture. Dumbass.
President Biden said that he knew nothing about his son's business dealings. We know that that's not true. He then...
No, you don't. Just because you meet your the business partners of your kid or somebody else doesn't mean you know fuck all about their goddamn business. Dude, I want to sit each one of these people down and quiz them about their kids' friends. Just like name 3 of your kids' friends and what their job is. Now, they might be able to name the kids, but do they know what that kid's job is or how it even fucking works? Anybody? Of course not.
said he wasn't involved in his son's business dealings.
Right. And if he was, you would have tax information about his involvement.
We know that that's not true.
No, you don't.
We actually have evidence that's coming forward showing that he...
Wait. You have evidence that is coming. You don't have evidence that came forward. You don't have evidence now, but it's coming forward. You have evidence that's coming forward. You do. How do you know it's evidence until it's come forward?
In fact, probably benefited himself from his son's business dealings. Jamie Comer released...
Okay, first of all, you motherfuckers were saying he's the bag man for years. So, of course, if your son is your bag man, he would be benefiting from it. But evidence coming forward that he benefited from what? Because James Biden had a deal with Hunter and he used the money that he made in that deal to pay back his brother?
These 2 different checks. One of...
Oh, my God. Fuck me. 2 different checks.
$200,000 and one of $40,000.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I saw them. They both happened when Joe Biden was no longer president, and they're from his fucking brother and his brother's wife.
From James Biden.
Right. For shit that never happened during his time as vice president.
Joe Biden says that it was a loan repayment. Well, guess what? If you look at the public tax returns that Joe Biden released, there is nothing in those public returns showing any interest income for any loan. So the president needs...
Yeah, but that was under 9 years, and personal loans to family don't require that. It was below the limit But again, Trump has loans to his kids, but they never see that money. See, Trump loans his kids money and then never gives his kids the money, and they pay out of their their payment from their job at the Trump organization back into the coffers about 1% of that, and because it's money laundering. Also, AmeriCorps Health LLC. You couldn't find something with a more Chinese-y sounding name?
Needs to answer these questions.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Why? Why? Why does he have to answer these questions? Who gives a shit? Seriously. I'm sure he has an answer for it. Doesn't bother me at all. But it happened after he was vice president. Who gives a shit? Also, these are Republicans who believe that you shouldn't be able to go after someone after they're out of office, or if they never were, and yet, voila.
We've been trying to
Get your head out of your ass?
dig in on specific
Dig your head out of your ass?
decisions that Joe Biden made as vice president, which perhaps he could have gotten paid for. I mean,
all right, and this, you're onto something. Fantastic. You've been looking into possible decisions Joe Biden, as vice president, who would be following the president's lead and would have had to convince Barack Obama to agree to this in exchange for no money whatsoever or some shit, and at possible damage to his legacy, but I'm sure it was possible. And you've been considering this. What would these changes be? Here they are. She's going to let us know. We've got 8 seconds left. I'm sure she'll nail it.
we spoke to Nancy Mace earlier, and she says it's north of $50 million, which this family has taken in. What were they being paid for? Well,
Hold the fuck up. You can't end it there, asshole. That is literal. She ends on the question. The fucking nerve.
which this family has taken in. What were they being paid for?
Cut.
Well, Hunter.
Get the fuck out of here. She said Nancy Mace. She's one of the Republicans. Jesus Christ. They had to cut it off. You know, what do you think? They ran out of hard drive space? A 3-minute, 46-second clip? They didn't have room on the server for another 15 seconds for this dumb motherfucker to go, I don't know. The who? Jesus Christ. It's the only question that matters. It's the only thing that makes it bribery or influence peddling. If he didn't do anything with his influence, if he just took the money for a business deal, period, it doesn't fucking matter. It's nobody's goddamn business except his. The only area where it has any meaning to the voters, to anybody else, is if he was either bribed or he extorted money on, to do something on behalf of somebody else. Said, you're going to give me this money or else I'm going to screw you up. Or we'll give you this money if you'll do this favor for us. This is the only, or we'll blackmail you. If you don't do this for us, we're going to release this information and blah, 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 right? Which obviously, if it was stuff about Hunter, that didn't fucking work. Biden was like, fucking chew your boots, asshole. I don't care. But unless you could prove that he did something he wouldn't normally do for the money, it ain't bribery, extortion, or blackmail. None of it. Lord Almighty.